Well, I'll give you the word picture.
Okay.
I'll give you the word picture. Right, so I've never had a lesson before.
Okay.
And my name's Tony. So my licence is being checked and my eyesight's being checked, so you wouldn't even attempt to do that, yeah?
Yep.
Because obviously that would be a problem if I couldn't read the number plate or if I left my licence at home, yeah?
Yeah.
So, if I hand over to you then.
All right, hi Tony, I'm Clark.
How are you?
How are you?
Right. Yeah, very nervous.
Looking forward to your first
Yeah, a bit nervous.
getting out in the car?
Bit nervous.
Yeah, it's it's totally usual.
Alright.
Today, Tony, what we're going to do is we're going to start by going through a controls lesson.
Alright.
We're going to get you in the car comfortably and safely.
Yeah.
Go through all the controls. Yep. And we may even, later in the lesson, get a chance to do some moving off and stopping.
Alright.
All right.
Good.
What I'm going to do is, the way we'll start off today, I'm just going to drive, not very far away, just to a safe and convenient location where we can legally stop.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll swap over and I'll get you in the driver's seat and we'll get you all set up and comfortable. How's that sound?
Yeah, really exciting.
Excellent. Do you just want to put your seatbelt on for me?
Alright.
And we'll shoot off. Have you been a passenger in cars many times before?
Yeah, loads of times, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with using your seatbelt a bit?
Yeah, I sometimes wear it.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Oh, that's not good. You got any kinks in that seatbelt? You're all good?
It's alright.
Terrific, all right. What we're going to do is, on the way,
Yeah.
like I said, we're only going to go for 5 minutes or so. I want you to watch my steering, and I'm going to talk about my steering.
Alright.
Just so you can start, because you know what, steering's a bit of a funny thing really when you begin, because you never kind of really know how much to turn for what sort of corner, and it's really just a building up some experience.
Alright.
So as we drive, I'll talk about the steering, you just kind of watch the steering, yeah?
Alright, yeah.
You don't really have to look anywhere else. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I didn't see them down there.
Do you know what, Tony, I'm sorry, I should have told you.
Oh, sorry.
Those pedals down there are just for my use when I'm outside, so if you can just try not to touch them for me.
Frightened the life out of me.
That'd be terrific. Yeah, me too, sorry, I should have told you about that.
Yeah, I'll keep my feet well away from them.
Thank you.
And we're going to turn right, please.
I'm just going to turn right here. So just as I come up to the junction now, what I'm going to do is the sort of steering I want to teach you, and I hope you continue to use it, is what we call a push-pull system. So if you watch my hands, Tony,
Alright, yeah.
see my right hand was at the top of the steering wheel
Yeah.
at 12 o'clock. And the idea is, Tony, with the steering, my right hand's going to look after the right-hand side of the steering wheel.
Alright.
If you have a look over here, my left hand's just going to stay on this side.
Alright.
And that's so my hands don't cross over. The reason I don't want my hands to cross over, like you see some people, don't you, when they're turning like this and their hands are like this. If you're in an accident at that point, could you imagine the airbag pushing out at the rate it comes? Where would your hands go through like that?
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, straight into your face. So the push-pull system, it's safe, it's really comfortable, and you know it's good for those times if you're unfortunately in an accident. So just with little bends like this, I'm just keeping my hands at 2:45.
Yeah.
And just a little turn. That's about 5 minutes, say.
Alright.
Yeah. And about 5 minutes to come back now, and 5 minutes to straighten up.
And we're going to turn left.
We'll turn left up here, and see, that's all I need. With a corner like this one, my hand's going to go, my left hand up to 12 o'clock, and my right hand's going to push the steering wheel up. And I'm going to do the same to unwind.
And we're going to turn right.
I'm going to turn right up here. So if you watch my right hand here, Tony, yeah?
Alright, yeah.
Starting at 12 o'clock, and my left hand's down here. Sorry. And it goes round, and I'll push and pull it. Are you watching me do my steering?
Alright, yeah.
Terrific.
Looks like it's very light.
It's very light because this car's power assisted. Lots of new cars these days are, and it makes it very light to turn the steering wheel, which is great for parking and things like that.
So you have to steer like that then? You're not allowed to cross your hands?
Yeah, you are allowed to cross your hands.
Alright. Yeah, because all my mates do.
Yeah, I just want to teach you this way. One, for the reason, like I said, if your arms are crossing, you're in an accident.
And we're going to turn right.
I'm going to turn right down here. It's going to stop you pushing the hands back into your face, but you are allowed to. So my right hand up to 12 o'clock now, and my left hand all the way down to 6. So my left hand's going to push it up. If you look at the steering wheel,
Alright, yeah.
Watch the steering wheel. So I bend like this.
And this will be a suitable road.
10 minutes. And this is a suitable road. I'm going to pull up in a minute, Tony. What I want you to do is just sit still. Keep your seatbelt on for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. because I just want to show you a couple of things just before we get you in the driving seat. So just relax there for a second. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the correct procedure of how to take your seatbelt off. It might sound silly because I know you've done it lots of times before, yeah? But what I want you to do, Tony, with your left hand, if you can grab the actual buckle, yeah, and with your right hand, just push down the actual release catch for me, and slowly, that's it, and slowly feed the seatbelt back up now. You'll have a bit of pull with your right hand now. That's it, and let it feed all the way back. Excellent. The reason we do that is, especially look in some older cars. In some older cars, seat belts you may have seen, they can gather around the foot belt when you let go of them. When you hop out, your foot gets caught, and you go flying out the door. Yeah. And the other thing is, if you just let them go, like in newer cars where they've got a lot of tension, they'll flick up and they can hit the glass, or flick up and hit you in the face. So that's the reason we do it like that. And then also, what I want to show you do is I just want to take you through the proper procedure for getting out in the car, because you're going to do this a lot.
I go to the door, don't I?
Yeah, just before you do open the door there, what we need to do before me is, with your right hand, grab the actual handle, not the door catch, but the handle, the silver handle, yeah? And then what I want you to do is, before you open the door, I want you to have a look up the street to make sure there's no pedestrians coming, and then look around, and look over your shoulder through your blind spot, turn your head left.
Blind spot, what's that?
If you look over your left shoulder, I'll tell you that now. Look over your left shoulder. You see between the head restraint and that pillar there, when you're looking out that back passenger window, that's your blind spot. And I just want you to have a look for any pedestrians or cyclists coming up and down that path. Yep. And then with your left hand, you can open the catch. Pull the catch. And all that does for you is, Tony, if there's a big gust of wind now, because you've got your right hand there, your right hand can only go so far. So your door's not going to go flying out and clothesline a cyclist. Yeah. So have a good scan, and then open the door for me, and I'll meet you at the back of the car. And just shut the door when you hop out as well. Just make sure it shuts properly, and I'll see you there. Right, and then I just want you to close it for me again. Everything's coming out, and you know, regardless of who uses the boot last, if you're driving, you're in charge and you're responsible for all the doors. So you've got to know. What we'll do now is we're going to get you in the driving seat. You hop in. I'll just have the door for you. The controls. Let me hop in the other side. And I'm going to go through them with you.
Alright.
We're going to go through a bit of a routine now, and it's the DH triple SM routine, right? And it's something that you can always use whenever you get in your car or anyone else's to make sure that you're in the car comfortably and safely. Okay? The D stands for door. So the first thing we do is make sure that door shuts safely. Now, if you ever look at the door there, Tony, does it look like it's closed?
Yeah.
What I want you to do is just give it a rattle on the handle there for me. See if it is actually shut or not. Bit of a rattle there, isn't there?
Yeah, dodgy door, isn't it?
Do you know, it's not a door. All the doors these days on cars, Tony, have like a two-stage closing or locking mechanism, if you like. That door's only on the first catch. Yeah? You see how the interior light up here is still on? That's telling you something. And in this case, it's telling us that door's not shut properly. So what I want you to do is, just the way we opened this door, put your left arm on the actual handle.
My left arm.
And then before you open the door, have a good look up the street. Look in the mirror and look behind you. Look through your blind spot in between the head restraint and the door pillar. Make sure there's no one coming. Then open the door and shut it firmly for me with a release catch. Terrific. Give that another wiggle. Solid now, isn't it?
It's not rattling anymore, no?
Yeah, so you're done now. Terrific. That's the door done.
Yeah.
The next thing I want you to do is the H, which is the handbrake. With the handbrake, put your hand around underneath it. Don't touch the button, but put your left hand underneath it.
All right, yeah.
Try and pull it up for me. Does it feel pretty tight and heavy?
Yeah.
Great. That means it's on.
All right.
And the reason we do the handbrake as soon as we've checked the door is because in a minute we're going to be moving the seat around and shuffling around in the car.
All right.
And if the handbrake's not on properly, especially on a bit of an incline like we are now, the car could start rolling backwards.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So we do the door, we do the handbrake.
Yeah.
What I want you to do now is we're going to look at doing the seat in a few. Obviously, seats twist and turn in all different directions, so we're going to do it bit by bit. The bottom part of the seat, which is sat on, we put that in a position so it's safe, comfortable, and safe to use the pedals properly.
All right. Yeah.
So what I want you to do is with your left foot, just gently push that left. If you can have a look down there, the pedals are
Yeah.
the far left pedal.
Yeah.
Push it down just gently all the way to the end for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel? Are you stretching there? Are you stretching all the way, or could you push further?
A little bit.
You're stretching a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. What we need to do is then, we're going to move your seat back slightly. So with your right, just grab the steering wheel with your right hand. Get a good grip on the steering wheel for me.
Right.
Yeah, how's that? With your left hand, if you feel underneath the seat, with your left hand, there's a black bar. Well, I know you can't see what colour it is. Pull it up for me, and just pull yourself a little bit, use the steering wheel, and pull yourself closer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now what we need to do is, see how that clicked in afterwards?
All right, yeah.
It's good when you've done that to have a little shuffle in the seat and make sure it locks into place.
All right.
So what you can do is try that far left pedal again, just push it down softly for me all the way. How's that feel?
Mm.
Yeah?
What am I looking for?
What I want you to make sure, I don't want you to be stretching to push it all the way down. And when you've got the pedal all the way down, I want you to have a little kink still in your leg.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, a little bend. You've got a little bend?
That feels all right, yeah.
Terrific, all right. We're going to move on to the second part of the seat now, which is this part of your seat, your backrest, yeah?
All right.
And what we use this for is to make sure that you're close enough, but not too close or far away from the steering wheel.
All right.
So what I want you to do is rest both your hands up, your wrists, on top of the steering wheel for me, yeah? And I want you to do that without pulling yourself out the seat. So do you feel like you're sat comfortably in the seat? You're not pulling yourself forward?
Yeah, it feels all right, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And then just hold the steering wheel at like 10 to 2 for me, so around here and same on the other side,
Right.
yeah? And I want to look for a bend in your arm, yeah?
Right.
Which you seem to have there. If you ever hop in someone else's car and you need to adjust it, on your right, if you're using your right hand, where the bottom part of the seat and the backrest meet on the right hand side, there's like a wheel, like a clock wheel if you like. And it's where the two parts of the seat meet, and you can turn it like that.
No, it's not that one.
Yeah?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's like a clock wheel, and you roll it forwards or
Oh, yeah.
backwards. Yeah?
Yep.
And you can get yourself comfortable. How's that feeling now?
Trying that button big. Oh, that feels all right, yeah.
Yeah, just give that seat a little wiggle for me, just because every time we adjust it, make sure it locks in, so you're nice and safe.
Yep.
Terrific. Okay, we're going to check your head restraint. Now, the way we do this, because it's quite difficult, because it's right behind you, put your hand for me, put one of your hands right at the back of your head, like I'm doing, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, rest your head back,
Yeah.
and does your hand touch the head restraint?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So what that means is, if anyone runs into the back of us one day, Tony, when your head lurches back, which it would do, which is called whiplash, it's going to hit the head restraint.
All right,
And it's
yeah.
going to help you in terms of back injuries or neck injuries and things, and head
All right.
injuries too. So it's important whenever you get in any car, even if you're in the passenger seat or the back seat, just get in there and just make sure that your head's going to hit that head restraint and it's in the centre.
right.
Yeah. And if you need to change it, there's a button on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a rugby ball, you can literally lift the head restraint up and down.
All right.
Yeah.
It's quite clever.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we've sorted your seat out. So the 3 S's there. We've done your seat and we've done your steering wheel. Okay. The 3rd S, Tiny, is your seatbelt.
All right.
So what I want you to do is, with your left hand, reach over and you should be able to get the buckle of the seatbelt. Yeah. Can you get that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and now pull it across yourself. Use your right hand to help you if you need to.
All right.
Yep. And then we want to clip it into place, into the locking mechanism there. Now give it a good wiggle. Make sure it's in there properly for me. How's that?
That's wiggling
Yeah.
well.
Now what we need to do is, with your left hand now, put your thumb under the strap at the clasp end here. Put your thumb with your right hand, sorry. Might be my fault there, Tiny. Right hand, yeah. Put your thumb underneath, and I want you to slide it up the seatbelt to take all the kinks out.
Oh, the seatbelt.
All the way up the top. Yeah. And now slide it across the waist part, from starting at the buckle, The reason that's important is, Tony, could you imagine, like, seatbelts are made extremely strong.
Yeah.
If they're twisted at all, or they're on their side, and you're in a car accident, that seatbelt's going to really pull you back into the seat to keep you safe.
All right. Yeah.
If it's twisted or it's on its side, it could cut into you, actually cause you quite a badly bruising and damage to yourself. So it's important that we put those on properly. But you got that now.
Yeah.
All right. The 3S is done. We're going to look at your mirrors now. Now, we've got 3 mirrors in the car. The main one and the most important one is this one here. It's called the interior mirror.
All right.
Okay. What I'm going to get you to do is to adjust the mirror in just a second. What we want you to do is, you see the black frame around the edge?
Oh, yeah. This
Yep.
mirror,
Yeah. What I'm going to get you to do, Tony, is I want you to adjust it with one hand while you're sitting comfortably in your seat, so you're not leaning forward or leaning over. Just adjust it with your left hand. I want you to get this black frame. I want you to treat it like a picture frame and picture the back window and everything that you can see on the back window. Does that make sense?
You want me to use this as a frame?
Yeah. And pretend it's a frame that you're going to put around the picture, and the picture's the back window.
All right.
So what I want you to do is, while you're sitting comfortably,
Every time I ever hang a picture on the wall, it's always lopsided.
Well, we don't want it for you lopsided while you're driving. So what I want you to do is, just with your hand there, just give that an adjustment, just so you can see everything out the back window.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is that everything matching up perfectly? Is that frame matched around the edge of the window all the way
Yeah,
around?
it's a bit like when I hang a picture at home.
Yeah,
It's a bit
try and get
lopsided.
that nice and straight.
Oh, yeah.
Just so it's all framed perfectly. How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. What can you see the car there behind us?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. Terrific. Okay, that's your interior mirror done. The reason I said to you before that's the most important mirror is because, one, we use it all the time. Yeah. Every time we use the mirrors, we use that one. And the other thing, Tony, see how this one's made of flat glass?
Yeah.
It's made of flat glass.
I
So
think well, it looks like flat glass, doesn't it?
yeah, it is flat. When you look in it, when you get the reflection of what's outside behind you, it tells you the exact true distance and speed of vehicles that are following you, or pedestrians or cyclists or anything else. Yeah. So you'll hear me refer to that in the coming lessons in the weeks and even perhaps today. Okay. Your right hand mirror there, Tony, sticking on the side of the door there.
Yeah.
Okay. What I want you to do is, I'm going to get you to adjust that. With your right hand, you see the little toggle here next to the door handle?
All right, yeah.
Yeah. It's got 2 triangles on it. See the 2 little triangles painted on the outside?
Yeah.
The actual toggle's a bit like a joystick. Have you ever used a joystick before, like computers and that sort of
Oh,
thing?
my PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, terrific. I want you to turn the toggle to the right so it's lined up with the right triangle. Right. What that means is now, Tony, is that your control, if you move the joystick now, you're going to control the mirror. What I want you to do, you see how it's moving the mirror around? Yeah. What I want you to be able to see, and I want you to adjust it, so you can see just on the left part of the mirror, you should just be able to see the door handles of the car.
Right.
And you shouldn't really be able to see any more of the car than that. The rest of it should be showing you, like, spanning out from the car.
All right.
Yeah. So you should be able to see the road and the grass and the path on the other side of the road. And then if you do it up and down, in the bottom half of the mirror, I want you to be able to see the road, and in the top half of the mirror, I want you to see everything apart from the road in terms of height. Yeah.
It goes sideways as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we've got the sideways,
Oh.
so you can see just the door handles,
Yeah.
and the height, so you can see half road and half sky.
Yeah.
How's that looking?
That looks okay.
Terrific. What I want you to do is, with the toggle, turn it to the other triangle on the left. And again.
Oh.
Ah, that's all right. Hit that again for me. Do exactly what you just did. Just push that down. Brilliant. When it's in the centre, it's folded the mirrors in for you when you're
Oh,
parking.
right, yeah.
Turn it to the left. That's it. And now do the same for this mirror, Tony. Have a look over here. And just get that mirror so you can just see the door handles, little bit of the car, a couple of finger widths of the car.
All right.
And then remember your height. You want half road and then half everything else, half sky and other objects. Brilliant. So you've done your mirrors. So you got your interior mirror done and your side mirrors.
All right.
Okay. We've gone through the full DH-SSM procedure now. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you should be set up in the car, comfortable and relaxed.
Yeah.
And that's generally our controls lesson.
That's it.
I hope so. I hope I haven't missed anything coming out of roll.
Oh, we're ready to drive now, am I?
Well, no, I'm going to move on to the foot controls now.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said that was the controls lesson.
Sorry, my fault. All right, Tony, now you're set up in the car, what we're going to do now is look at the pedals that you've got on the floor. What we're going to do is...
I was wondering when you're going to get your book in.
I've got some diagrams here.
Yeah, I'll just take you back a tiny bit.
Yeah.
At the end of the... This is called a cockpit drill, by the way, yeah?
Yeah.
At the end of the cockpit drill... So that's the cockpit drill.
Yep.
At the end of the cockpit drill, you could just give me a couple of questions, you see what learning's taken place.
Yep. Oh shit, I forgot all the legals about the seatbelt.
Exactly. Yeah, so why did you not, just to roll a minute, why did you not get your book out? Everybody tries to do this without the book.
I wanted to see if I remembered it all without the diagrams, because if I've got that in front of me, I'll remember everything.
Yeah, but it's not a memory test, is it?
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But it's, the devil's in the detail, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you saved yourself now, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd remember now and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony, just before we move on, I just want to talk to you something quickly about seatbelts. Two important things, all right?
Yeah.
If you've got someone who's under 14 in the car, it's your job at all times to make sure they've got their seatbelt on. All right. Now, obviously, it's there from a legal perspective, and it's also there because you need to keep them safe.
Yeah.
And as a driver, it's your responsibility to do that. If you've got anyone 14 or over, technically, it's their responsibility to have the seatbelt on.
All right.
But morally, we do say that it's something that you should be very aware of, and you should certainly encourage all your passengers. And to be honest, if I was driving, however old someone was, if they were in my car and didn't have the seatbelt on, they wouldn't be coming with me.
All right.
I'll tell you why. Because you might have someone you very much care about sat in this seat. You might have a 100-kilo rugby player in the back seat. Yeah, exactly. You might have a 100-kilo rugby player in the back seat.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a seatbelt on. You know, you come along the road, someone pulls out in front of you, bang, in you go. That 100-kilo rugby player is coming straight forward like a freight train into the back of this seat, you know. So you've got the legal aspect of that and the moral aspect of it, yeah. But under 14, you're fully responsible, lock, stock and barrel. Over, 14 and over, legally you're not, but morally and responsibly, you should certainly be very aware of it. Okay. What we're going to do now, Tony, is move on to foot controls.
Yeah, so if you just take you back a bit.
Yep.
I just want to make sure we get the detail in on this, because it really is important, yeah? So at the end of each session...
Oh, I've got to check the learning.
Yeah, just, I'm not saying ask me a question on each thing, but...
Just a couple.
Yeah.
All right. Look, Tony, just before we move on to the foot controls. I know I've been speaking to you a lot for the last 10 minutes. I'm just going to see what you've picked up. When we first got in, we checked the door, and then we checked the handbrake after that. Do you remember what we were checking the handbrake for, and why we did it as soon as we got in the car after we did the door?
Because we were going to be moving around in the car, so we didn't roll, didn't it?
Yeah, terrific, well done. I'm glad you remembered. Do you also remember what this mirror is called? Do you remember what we referred to it as?
Middle mirror, isn't it? Or centre mirror, whatever it is.
Yeah, we'll call it the interior mirror.
Interior
yeah.
mirror, yeah.
And I mentioned to you specifically that it was made of flat glass.
Yeah.
And do you remember why? What does that tell us about what's behind?
Oh, you said, I can see the car behind me.
Excellent. And just lastly, you're right, it is so you can see the car behind you. But just to add a bit more detail in for you, it's because it shows you the exact distance and speed the car is behind you as well. Your side mirrors will show you what's behind you, but your interior mirror will show you exactly how far away they are and exactly how fast they're going.
Oh, there's a difference between the side mirrors and the interior mirror.
Yeah. Your side mirrors aren't made of flat glass like your interior mirror. They're made of convex. They're a convex shape, if you like. And what it means is they've got a little curve in them.
Oh, right.
What that does is it allows you to see a lot more than if we had flat glass in there because it curves. So it shows you a lot more around, yeah?
Right.
The only thing with the mirrors is it can make things, well, it does make things look closer than they really are.
All right.
Okay.
Makes things look closer, yeah.
I'll give you an example. Swing over and have a look over your right shoulder and look out the back window for me. See the car there?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's red.
Terrific. Yeah. Have a look in the mirror. It looks the same, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now look in that mirror and look at the car.
No, it's a different car.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
It's a different car.
It's exactly the same car, and that's how powerful those convex mirrors are.
All right.
Yeah, they're they're terrific because they give us so much more vision around the place, if you like.
Right.
But because of that curve aperture they've got in them, it makes that car look really close to us, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just a bit of a practical example there of
All right.
of those mirrors. All right, and I think that'll do for your cockpit drill.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You seem to have remembered everything that we spoke about. Right. Next thing we're going to do is look at the foot controls.
All right.
You've got 3 pedals down there.
All right.
You have to take a look.
Yeah.
You've already had a little play with the left one.
Yeah.
Okay. The far right pedal, if you can you see it from where you're looking?
Yeah.
Yep. Near where your foot is. That's called the accelerator.
All right.
Right. From now on, we're going to call it the gas.
All right.
We're going to refer to it as that. That's basically what makes the engine spin faster.
All right.
Yep. Provides power to the car. You use that pedal with your right foot only.
Yeah.
Yep. The next pedal along, in the middle, is the brake pedal.
All right.
Yep. You use that pedal as well, with your right foot only.
All right.
And your left pedal, you use with your left foot only, and the left pedal's called the clutch.
All right.
Yep. That helps us engage power to the car.
And adjust the seat.
Sorry?
And adjust the seat.
It helps you get in
Yeah.
the car comfortably, yeah. We did use it to adjust the seat. Okay. What I'm going to do is we're going to have a little play with the pedals, and we're just going to do it softly, if we don't want to damage anything. I want you to, with your right foot, just lightly press the accelerator down.
Accelerator.
The gas pedal, the first one.
Oh,
the one on the
right,
far
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Just have a gentle push, just a gentle push. You see how that feels?
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
and light, yeah.
Okay. Now do the same on the middle pedal, just a gentle push. Move your same foot, leave your ankle where it is and twist your foot around. Have a push on that one. Just gently, just softly and gently.
Won't get over very far.
See how it feels very different? Did you think that the pedals felt different?
Yeah.
Yeah. What we need to do is now, what we do is, you see the picture here, it shows you the thickness of a pound coin.
All right.
Yeah, not the width across the whole coin, just the thickness. When we use these 2 pedals, the brake and the gas, we use them in increments to the equal thickness of a pound coin. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how much we push the pedal
How
at
much
a
is it?
time. About that far, you reckon?
Yeah.
That's the thickness of a
Yeah,
pound
it's
coin.
was
So?
some sort of point, pound coin.
I'll bring one for you on the next
Yeah.
lesson. So what I want you to do is, I want you to just squeeze it that much at a time. Yeah. So for instance, when we learn to drive the car, when we're setting off, we'll have the gas pedal down, just the thickness of one of the coins, of one coin.
All right.
Yeah. And when we're using the brake, we'll use the brake every time we push the pedal down, just the thickness of a pound coin. Have a little go now on the gas pedal. Just try and push it, just the thickness of a pound coin. Yeah, that much.
Yeah.
And
All right.
again.
Yeah.
And off just that much again.
All right.
You see, when you're driving along, you can take your foot all the way off the pedal, and the car will slow down.
Yeah.
But it will slow down less gradually if you take it off just that thickness of a pound coin at a time.
All right.
And it'll keep the drive much smoother as well. Same with the brake. We'll start a thickness of a pound coin. If we need some more, we'll go another thickness of a pound coin. And if we need some more again. And if we want to take the brakes off slightly, we don't want to take them off altogether. We come off just a thickness of a pound coin. And if we need less than that, we'll come off thickness of a pound coin again. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things that you're going to get used to. And you know what, after years of driving, you'll be totally used to using them.
Yeah,
And
try
it'll
the brake?
just be a habit. Yeah, try the brake. Thickness of a, use.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah, right foot. And just thickness of a pound coin.
All right.
And again, another thickness. And come off one.
Mm.
Yeah, that's good. The gentleness that you're using on the pedal is really good, and that's what we want to be doing when we're driving.
Right,
Yeah. The clutch, on the other hand, is a bit different. Remember, you only use the clutch with your left foot, and you've already pushed it down already, so you kind of have a bit of an idea how it feels. What I want you to do this time is just gently push it all the way down softly, all the way to the end. What I want you to do this time is try, and I know it's not that easy, a centimetre at a time, about that far, yeah, come up 1 centimetre and stop, and come up a centimetre and stop, and come up a centimetre and stop, and again, and again.
That's all the way off now.
Terrific. That's how we use the clutch.
All right.
Okay, because obviously you probably figured out by now that clutch pedal there, it's got a lot more travel in it. It goes up and down a lot further than the other pedals.
Yeah.
And that's why we go a centimetre at a time instead of, I think there's a coin.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about the clutch, because what the clutch does is, it provides, in a nutshell, it provides power from the engine to the wheels.
What you need to do, just coming out of road.
Yep.
The devil's in the detail in this, and you're a bit all over the place with this. You've got me pressing all different pedals, but no detail on the pedals, yeah?
Okay.
Go back to the brake,
All right.
yeah? Or go back to the accelerator. You start off with the accelerator, stick on the accelerator until you finish explaining it, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Because you're skimping and mixing and matching them here,
Yeah.
you're missing the detail, and you. What's this picture here showing you?
Yeah, brake lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Have I missed anything on the gas pedal?
No, but it gets a little bit confusing when when you're explaining the gas and the brake and the clutch at the same time, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So if you can just kind of
Separate them up.
yeah, separate them up, yeah?
Okay. Tony, with the brake, we've had a bit of a play with it now. Every time you touch the brake pedal, the back lights, 3 brake lights at the back of the car come on.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What it is, this is a really important signal. For vehicles following you, when they see these lights come on, they're going to basically alter how they're driving, and usually they're going to slow down because they think you are. Yeah. Similarly, when you're driving, if you see someone else's brake lights come on, you now know what they're doing. You know when those lights come on, they've hit the brake pedal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either softly or hard, they're slowing the car down. And it's the same when you brake. That's what people behind you are going to see too. All right. So obviously we're driving along, we see someone put their brake lights on, we think, oh, they're slowing down. What do I now need to do differently? And that's what people do when they're following you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Just quickly out roll. Have I covered that sufficiently?
Yeah. Can you understand where I'm coming from now?
Oh yeah, totally. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 3 different controls there, and I wouldn't move off the accelerator or the gas pedal until you've actually, covered it.
Yeah.
Because if you do, then you're counting on your memory, pulling you back to remember to explain the thickness of a pound coin, or just what happened there. You missed the brake lights completely, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
And it is possible that a car could go past us while we're sitting here, and they may well brake for the bend there.
Yep.
And it's a good idea then to say, can you watch that vehicle there? See the brake lights come on?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
All right, carry on now.
Okay. The third pedal, Tony, the one on the far left, which you're just using with your left foot,
All right, yeah.
is the clutch, yeah? What it does, without being too technical, it provides power from the engine to the wheels, yeah?
All right.
And it's what basically transfers power through your gearbox to make the car go, yeah?
All right.
So if the car's in neutral, it doesn't matter how much gas you're putting down, the car's never going to go anywhere, because it's not in gear, yeah? What happens is, on the back of the engine here, imagine a dinner plate, yep. And then on the gearbox here, I mean the engine's up there, and then you've got a dinner plate,
Yeah.
and the gearbox is here,
Yeah.
and you've got a dinner plate. What happens is, as you bring the clutch pedal up, the dinner plates close together. The engine dinner plate's always spinning, because the engine's running, yeah?
All right.
And when we're sat stationary like we are now, the dinner plate attached to the gearbox isn't turning. So you've got the engine one turning, and the gearbox one not turning.
All right.
And then as you bring the clutch pedal up, they start to touch. And when it touches, because this engine dinner plate's moving, it starts moving this dinner plate as well, and they start moving together, like that. As the clutch pedal comes up, you'll feel it as it comes up. We do have a few different points on that pedal. One called the biting point, and that's where those plates are just starting to touch, yeah? And then we have what we call a driving point, and that's where they've touched enough, and the engine's now providing a small amount of power to the wheels, and the car will urge to move forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. You can see here in the different patterns here. So you've got the engine plate here